Maximizers! Welcome to my life. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help coaches and service providers use YouTube to make consistent content that converts into consistent sales in their business. I've been creating content since 2018. I started off teaching women how to coupon, how to budget, how to meal plan, how to strategically shop and get the things that they want, like, and need without paying full price. And in 2020, my clients are like, hey, Crystal, we need you to help us start a side hustle. Teach us how to start a YouTube channel. Teach us how to start a business so that we can make money because it is a pandemic. So in 2020, I like to say I accidentally became a business coach. Out of a need to help my clients, I started teaching them how to start a business. And then my business coach at the time was like, hey, Crystal, can you come and coach my people? So then I even more became a business coach on accident. And for 3 years, I did both. From 2020 to 2023, I did both forward facing. I was your couponing girl. I was giving you all the money saving tips. But behind the scenes, I was running one-on-one and group coaching programs and really helping women start and grow their businesses. And you want to know what happened? I fell in love with it. It wasn't ever my goal and my intention to be a business coach, but out of a need to service my clients and help out my business coach, I fell in love with it. And in 2023, my life fell apart. I was 33 years old. I was going through a breakup, a change with my daughter, and I just felt like pulled in multiple directions in my business. And I was like, I need to focus because trying to talk to two audiences was too hard for me. I had built so much of my life on the backs of couponing, but behind the scenes, women were killing it. I helped like 15 women in my first program start a YouTube channel, and I absolutely loved it. So in 2023, I had to have another come to Jesus moment with myself and say, like, I need to pick my focus. I need to decide if I'm going to be the couponing girl or if I'm going to pursue business coaching. And I was scared. I was scared. I felt like a traitor. I felt like my audience wouldn't like me. I felt like I wasn't going to make money. I felt like I wasn't going to sell. Like, all the imposter syndrome came up. But I decided that I wanted to be a business coach. So at the end of 2023, I decided to start a brand new YouTube channel because YouTube is my number one platform. YouTube is the platform that made me Krista Maximizer. YouTube is the reason that I have a business. YouTube is the reason that I was able to see that it's possible for me to make money outside of a 9 to 5. If it wasn't for YouTube, I'm not Krista Maximizer and I'm not full-time in my business today. So I'd love to know in the comments, what's your number one platform? What is your number one platform for your business? Let me know in the comments, what's your number one platform, your main platform? If you could only post on one platform as a business owner, what platform would it be? For me, it's YouTube, right? YouTube is my number one platform. So I wanted to start a brand new YouTube channel so that I could build an audience of ideal clients who wanted to start and grow a business. Yes, my couponing audience, I had signed a bunch of clients from them, but I wanted a specific place where all the people who came there, they wanted to start and grow their businesses. So I started a brand new YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. It's Build a Business with KRYS. Please go subscribe if you haven't already. I started that at the end of 2023 and I was off to the races. But then 2024 was really shaky because your girl was depressed after the breakup. I really didn't find my footing and I was doing anything. I was throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it stick. I had signed a few clients, but nothing consistent because I wasn't focused. I did not have my secret sauce. I did not know what set me apart from every other business coach. There's a bazillion business coaches, and I wasn't selling or offering anything different or anything earth shattering. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Is it Shy Mom Chronicles? Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you being here. And I literally was like, I'm like everybody. I'm like everybody. I'm not making sales and I need to figure out what sets me apart. So in 2024, I had a more come to Jesus talk with myself and I had to sit down and realize what makes me different. What's my secret sauce? What have I done really, really well in my business? And what have I helped my clients with? The answer to that question was content. Since 2018, thank you so much for that gift. Since 2018, since I started my YouTube channel, I've posted over 2,000 YouTube videos across both of my channels. I've gone live over 1,000 times. And from that, I've been able to make over $400,000 for my business, mostly from social media. That includes brand deals, that includes affiliates deals, that includes making over $40,000 just from YouTube alone. And that most importantly includes sales from my membership, from my masterclasses, from my boot camps, from my workshops. Like, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars from my content. The thing that sets me apart is that I'm a business owner that is a content creator. I'm a business owner that answers all the questions. I am a business owner who creates connection content with my audience and offers them a solution to their problem. Content consistency is what sets me apart, right? So I said I should be a content coach. I should be a content coach for business owners. Once I made that pivot, once I made that change, I started signing clients every single month. And that happened at the end of 2024. And then this year, I niched down even more where I really am focusing on business owners who are using YouTube. Why? Because YouTube is what made me Chris the Maximizer. YouTube is the thing that made me the coach that I am today and given me the opportunity to be full-time in this business. And tonight, I want to talk to you about how to market your business using YouTube. I'm going to share with you my tips. I'm going to share with you the things that I have done. I'm going to share with you some of the things that my clients have done in order to market their business, gain awareness, build an audience using YouTube, and make sales in their business. So enough of me yapping. I would love to know who's here. So let me know in the comments where are you watching from, what city, what state, what country are you watching from, and then what social media platform is your main platform as a business owner, right? What social media platform is your number one? So for me, YouTube is my number one forever and always. And then my second platform is TikTok. So my hierarchy goes YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. But TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, they all get treated the same, basically. YouTube is my bread and butter. YouTube is my main focus. So I want to hear from you in the comments. What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And what social media platform is your number one? I'm in the Central Florida area. I now live in Lake County, okay? I was on a plane yesterday. My throat is like so scratchy, so I've been like cough drops and all the things. Chicago, Illinois. My platform is YouTube. Awesome. Tell me what's your business. Tour with Liv. Tell me what's your business. Would love to know what your business is in the comments. Let me know. Don't be shy, y'all. I respond to all comments and questions, so let me know where you're watching from and what platform is your main platform. So how to market, be careful. Listen, and those nasty people was freaking coughing in the airport. So tonight I definitely plan on taking some medicine before I put myself to bed because I was like, bruh, these people were nasty in the airport coughing and not covering their mouths. And also I was in colder climate. Like I was in West Virginia, I was in Baltimore, I was in Detroit, and the cold weather was not my forte. I had to get a coat from my mother because I'm like, my Florida blood is not prepared for this. So we're going to talk about how to market your business on YouTube, how to build an audience, how to bring awareness to your business with YouTube being your main platform. The best thing about these tips is that these tips are not exclusive to YouTube. So if your main platform is Instagram, Muna, I had to change my handle. Oh, hey, Muna. I'm like, who the heck is this? Okay, Muna, I got you, girl. These tips that I'm going to share with you are not exclusive to YouTube. So if your main platform is Instagram, if your main platform is TikTok, if your main platform is LinkedIn, if your main platform is Facebook, you can use these tips to build your audience as well. 501 Nina, thank you so much for joining. I'm watching from you in California. I was trying to grow on TikTok, but I'm taking a break for social media except for YouTube. But I've never made a video. I just use it to watch content. Nina, thank you so much for watching. I would love to help you. Please, if you are interested in learning how to use social media, specifically YouTube, I would love it if you join my email list. So there's a link in this description box to join my email list. You can go right to my website, christhemaximizer.com, click on join the email list, and I will be sending out emails that talk about how you can use YouTube and social media for your business. I post content pretty much daily, short form content. And when my long form YouTube videos come back, which they are coming back in November, you can learn a little bit more about using YouTube for your business. You can binge watch my playlist right now. So if you're not on my email list already, please get on my email list. Go to christhemaximizer.com. click on join the email list. If you are on TikTok or Instagram, the link is in my bio. Okay. So you can click that and join the email list. I don't know a thing about YouTube. I use YouTube to watch content too. I've been thinking about using YouTube as my main content. Listen, YouTube is a great platform for coaches and service providers. So if you are going to be providing a service, if you are going to be providing a service, coaching, mentorship, if you're going to be teaching, YouTube is a great platform for that. I finally decided that I'm a faith formation coach for women going through transition like adoption. It's me, Liv. I finally decided on my business name on the Unraveling Room with Liv. Love that, Liv. Thank you so much for joining. So excited to have you here. So yes, if you are not on my email list, please make sure you are on my email list, and you can get on my email list at KristaMaximizer.com and click on join the email list. Okay. I'm trying to do something on TikTok because I don't know what happened to my leads form. It was like, send me a message. I guess that's fine. Okay, cool. All right. So let's dig into the tips on how to market your business on YouTube. So let's dig right on them. The first things first. Okay. This is something I feel like is unique to me because in 2025, people are going balls to the wall. You need to be on every platform all the time. Wow. A portion of that is true. When you are starting off, my first tip for you to market your business specifically on YouTube, choose one main platform. If you are going to be using YouTube, you need to focus on YouTube for at least a year. At least a year. Now, my new updated YouTube strategy is 1-3-1. And that stands for one long form video, 3 shorts, and 1 live every single week. If YouTube is your main platform and YouTube is your only focus. Now, if you have an Instagram or you have a TikTok, you can take your shorts and you can repurpose them on your secondary platform. But when you are starting off and you're really trying to build your audience and you're really trying to build yourself as an expert in your area, you need to focus on one platform. You cannot be stretching yourself thin trying to post on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Threads, Twitter. It's too much. Too much. When I first started, the first 2 years, YouTube was all I focused on. I would go, I had an Instagram and a Facebook, and I would literally say, I just posted a video on YouTube, go watch it. That would be my Instagram post. On Facebook, I would drop the link to my YouTube video. Hey, I just posted this brand new YouTube video, go watch it. That's the extent of my post on Facebook and Instagram. You have to have clear focus. All the greats started in one area. As you grow, you add on more platforms. So in 2020, I added on TikTok because TikTok asked me to post some content over there. And then I started taking whatever I posted on TikTok and putting it on Instagram and Facebook. And then once YouTube Shorts came, now it's like, okay, I focus on creating shorts for my YouTube channel. And then I post my shorts on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. But it took me years to build up to that. I didn't start off doing that. I started off with just YouTube. So you have to decide that you're focusing on one platform. And if you're watching this and TikTok is your platform or Instagram is your platform or Facebook is your platform, the same rings true. Focus on one platform. If you want to repurpose everywhere else, cool. But you need to focus on one main platform. When you're creating content and building your audience, it needs to be on one platform. And then you can add on and diversify later on. Okay. Next tip. This is one thing that grinds my gears. This is one thing that pisses me off to this day about business owners. Are you ready? My second tip for marketing your business, you have to build an audience before you can sell. Because otherwise, who the hell are you selling to? You cannot sell to an empty room. Okay. Crystal, what do you mean? If you don't have 50 or 100 people subscribe to your YouTube channel or following you on TikTok or Instagram, who are you saying, who are you offering your service or your product to? No one. Going viral and praying that the algorithm pushes your video cannot be your strategy as a business owner. Your strategy as a business owner is to build an audience of ideal clients and sell to them. So you have to build an audience before you can sell. You can't start your business on Monday, build a website on Tuesday, start a YouTube channel on Wednesday, and in your first YouTube video say, hey, come buy my one-on-one coaching. It doesn't work like that. You need to build and create what I like to call connection content. If you're doing YouTube, YouTube is for 8 to 12 weeks. So for the first 3 months of you posting on YouTube, you should not be selling anything that costs money. The only thing you should be offering people to do is to join your email list and subscribe to your YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube and join my email list. So when I do offer my first products and services, you are the first to buy. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. Yes, in the comments on YouTube if this makes sense. Okay. You have to build an audience. How do you build an audience? You literally create connection content. Okay. Crystal, what's connection content? Connection content is when you simply share the what's in the why of your business, the what's in the why of your industry, and the what's in the why of your story. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example using myself. I want to teach you how to use YouTube for your business. So before I ask you to join my membership that's going to be launching in January, before I ask you to buy a one-on-one strategy session, right? Before I ask you to buy a one-on-one coaching call, I am going to talk to you about why I started my business. Thank you so much for that gift. Why did I start my business? Why am I a content coach? You know, in the 5 minutes at the beginning of this live, when I gave y'all that spiel about me, that's my connection. That 5 minute spiel that I gave you, I can tell you that over 2 or 3 YouTube videos. I gave you the 5 minute version. I also have a 2 hour version where I go into a lot more detail. So you're going to share why you started your business, why this industry is important, why as a business owner you should be using YouTube, why YouTube is the best platform. That's 4 video ideas at once, literally, right? So you need to start to build the what's in the why of your business, your industry, and your story. That's what your audience needs to know. Because if I want to attract business owners that want to use YouTube, I need to talk about business. I need to talk about YouTube. I need to talk about content. When I post that content and you see it, you will subscribe to my channel. You will follow me on TikTok. And then I can share more content to you. And then I can invite you to my email list. And then when you're on my email list, I can sell you a one-on-one coaching, or I can sell you my membership that's starting in January. So make sure you're on my email list. So when details about my membership open, right? And even, doing an extra payment plan that may come out for Black Friday, who knows? Make sure you're on my email list to get that. How are you streaming on all platforms? Great question, Queen of Side Hustles. First things first, I got 2 phones. So I have this phone that you're watching me on TikTok. I have this phone for all my Instagram girlies. And then I got my laptop. And if you can see up here, there's 3 platforms, which I don't think it's showing you. Yes, it is. I have 3 platforms. So I have both of my YouTube channels and my Facebook business page. This is called StreamYard, right? And you can see my comments are right here. So StreamYard allows me to do it. I pay for the version where I can do 3 at a time, and then I have both of my phones. So that's how I go live on all the platforms, and I just go back and forth between all of my comments. I've been going live on all of my platforms since like 2022, I believe. If you have more questions about this, feel free to slide in my DMs. If you want more help with streaming on all the platforms, book a sales call. We can chat about working together. I have one-time one-on-one coaching sessions. If you're on my email list, I'm actually going to be emailing y'all tomorrow with a sale to book some one-on-one coaching for a discounted price to help you get prepared for Black Friday, and to help you create content for the rest of the year. So there's going to be a sale for that happening this week. And then my Black Friday offers will be available at the end of November. And like I said, I am launching a membership, which I'm very excited for. More details about the membership will be out next week, which I'm so can't wait. The membership is going to be starting in January, and it's going to be absolutely epic. Okay. It makes sense. I'm unsure about going live. Would that be Q&A or could that be interview style examples? Personally, Liv, going live, I wouldn't do interviews. because you are talking about a very sensitive topic. So starting off, I wouldn't do interviews. Maybe in a year or so, maybe do interviews. And I said 131, but live comes later. In the first 6 months, you may not want to go live. You just have to focus on building your audience. So doing 1-3, one long form video and 3 shorts a week. Does that make sense? But your lives could be Q&As based off of the questions that people are asking on your YouTube videos. Does that make sense, Liv? So you have to connect with your audience. You cannot make your first video be, buy my ebook, buy my membership, buy my one-on-one coaching, buy my lip gloss, whatever it is that you're selling. Your first videos can't be that. You have to build an audience. This is something that I did really well, and I didn't know that I was doing it. When I started my YouTube channel, I built an audience for 9 months. I had over 5,000 subscribers before I sold my first membership. My first membership that I showed was $5 a month. This next membership that I sell is going to be around $99 a month. But the first membership I ever sold is going to be, it was $5 a month. And I didn't sell that until I had been posting on YouTube consistently for 9 months. And I had about 5,000 subscribers. Okay. So you can't jump out the gate saying buy, buy, buy. You have to jump out the gate nurturing and building your audience so you actually have someone to sell to. And in order to have someone to sell to, you need to create content that attracts that ideal client. If you want to sell tutoring to parents, you need to make educational content that will help their kids. So if you're a math tutor for elementary kids, you should be creating content on things that that elementary kids struggle with in math, key concepts, long division, common core math. So that way parents can say, oh my gosh, watch Coach Chris. She can help you with figuring out how to convert a decimal into a fraction. And then when you watch me for a few months and you're like, okay, I need a tutor, and I post my tutoring link, you're going to feel much more comfortable hiring me as a tutor for your kid because they've already been watching me for 3 months. Teach them small concepts. Same thing. I'm not able to start consistently. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. But I wouldn't do lives like interview style. I want to do lives interview style. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions about that. So yeah, you have to build that audience before you sell. Okay. You also, when you are marketing your business on YouTube, you want to talk about the problem that your business solves. The best businesses solve a problem or offer convenience. So what problem does your business solve? I solve a sales problem for my business owners. I solve a consistency problem for my business owners because the clients that come to me, they want to make more sales. But before they make sales, we have to get consistent on their social media. Before they can get consistent on their social media, we need to figure out their content pillars and we need to figure out what problem they're solving, right? So when you know what problem you're solving, you can educate your audience on it. So I'm helping you solve your sales problem. But the key to your sales problem is consistency. In order to be consistent, plan your content for a month at a time. I teach my clients this until I'm blue in the face. Plan your content a month at a time. So if you're posting on YouTube, you need 4 long form videos and you need 12 shorts per month. That's 16 pieces of content. I am going to teach you how to create 16 pieces of content from 4 video ideas. That's the consistency. It's the end of October. I'm planning all of my November content. In November, I'm going to plan my December content. In December, I'm going to plan my January content. So it's recorded, edited, and ready to be scheduled for the next month. Does this make sense? So what problem does your business solve? Create content about solving that problem. Answer questions around solving that problem. That is how you attract your ideal clients that need their problem solved by you. That's how you get people to pay you for what your to pay you for your product based on the problem they want solved. People pay every day to get their problem solved. So you need to be crystal clear on how you solve the problem. I am going to help you show up on social media by helping you plan your content 30 days at a time. It may not seem like a big deal to you. It may not seem like that's the best way, but planning your content a month at a time may seem overwhelming, but it's going to become easy. After the first 2 months, you're going to have a groove. So no matter what happens, you're always prepared. And even if that means at some point, like I know I'm going to be traveling, I'm going to plan for 2 months, right? If you know that you're going to be super busy or something's coming, maybe you plan for 6 weeks. I plan for as much as 3 months worth of content at a time. All recorded, edited, all I have to do is schedule it. But once you get on that path, of course, if you want to throw some in real time content in, you can, but you don't have to because your content's already planned and scheduled. So make sure you know what problem you want to solve. Now, when you're marketing your business on YouTube, once you have an audience, this is when the conversion happens. This is when you start selling. So you've been posting for 8 to 12 weeks. You got 100 or 150 subscribers on your YouTube channel. This is when you start to sell. This is when you let your audience know this is the solution to your problem. This is when you're going to prepare your launch. This is when you're going to post about the solution to the problem for 4 to 6 weeks. This is when you're going to open your cart and let your audience know this is the product or service that I have that solves your problem. This is when you're going to let them know that when they're on your email list, they're going to get access to it first. This is when you share the story of your offer. The why makes people buy. Share the why. Why should you book a one-on-one session with me? Why is joining my membership going to help you stay consistent? Why am I the best coach to help you with growing your YouTube channel and building your audience and making sales from YouTube? You have to share these whys. Why is going to help your ideal clients? Why is your product or service going to help your ideal clients get more of what they want? How is your ideal client's life going to change for the better when they buy your product? When they solve their when they solve their problem with your product, what does that mean for them? How much better is their life going to be? That's how you sell. The why makes people buy. When you watch people sell on TikTok Shop, they're telling you about the material. They're showing you how it fits. They're telling you where you can wear said item. That makes you buy. You're not buying because she says, oh, I got this t-shirt from TikTok Shop. Go buy it. No, I'm buying it for the material. I'm buying it for the colors. I'm buying it for the versatility where I can wear it to the office and then take my blazer off and change my shoes and I can wear it to happy hour with my coworkers. It works in both ways. I'm buying it because of the way that it fits. If I'm a curvy girl, if I'm super slim, does this make sense? Yes or no? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. Sharing the why, showing your ideal clients and telling them how their life is going to improve once they solve this problem with your product is going to allow them to want to buy from you. The why makes people buy. I don't ever want to hear you say, oh, go to my website and buy the lip gloss. Why am I buying your lip gloss? What makes your lip gloss different? What makes you different? Why should I buy from you? What's your freaking story? Why did you create this product? What are the ingredients? Why should I buy your ebook? What is it going to help me with? Why is your course different? What's included in your course? How does your course help me get what I want? How does your course solve my internal problem? Does it work for me? And be very, very specific. Once you start adding that content to your YouTube channel, that is how you're going to get the sales. Okay. Don't tell people to just buy. Don't tell people to just support you because you're a woman or because you're a Black woman or because you're a single mother. No. Talk to them about why this gives them more of what they want. Okay. So, those are my tips for marketing your business on YouTube. If this has been helpful for you, let me know in the comments if this has been helpful, yes or no. And what questions do you have about marketing your business on YouTube or social media in general? I would love to invite you to join my email list. So if you're not already on my email list, go to christhemaximizer.com and it's KRYS the Maximizer. Click on join the email list. I'm having a flash sale this week. I'm going to be sharing content via my email list, and you'll be the first to know when my new membership is launching. It's launching in January, but you'll be the first to know how you can sign up. Exclusive payment plans, extra bonuses, all the things are going to be happening. So make sure you sign up, and it's going to be around $99 a month, no more than like $135 a month for the membership. And it's really going to help you with content and consistency. Okay. More details about it will come out next week. But step number one is just to get on my email list to get all of the details. Yes, it was helpful, very helpful as usual, dropping gems. You're so welcome. I'm so excited. So excited to have you all here. Any questions before I go? I'm going to give you all a minute. I'll be live around the same time tomorrow, maybe a little bit earlier, but I have it scheduled for 9. So I should be live around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we'll also be talking about YouTube. If you have anything that you would like me to cover on one of my lives, I'm going live about 4 times a week-ish. Feel free to send me a DM over on TikTok or Instagram at Chris the Maximizer, and I'll see if your topic is on the queue. I already have all of my topics for November already planned out and ready to go. So I'm excited for that. So I do want to thank y'all so much for joining me. I'm going to get back to my consistent lives. I've been going through, I'll just say, I've been struggling with my level of consistency for this new version of life that I'm living. It's been hard for me because I only compare myself to past versions of myself. But realized that was a little bit unfair as well, because past versions of myself had like a different life. So now I'm just trying to figure out how can I show up in this version of my life consistently. So what you can expect from me is to go live about 4 times per week. I'll be getting back to my once a week YouTube videos first week of November. And then you can expect to see day in the life content from me, short form. Oh my gosh, I posted like 3 today. So go watch them on my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. Leave a comment, drop a question, whatever. So I'm just trying to get back into the groove of what works for me in this life. Like, I know what to do, I know how to do it, but I'm trying to figure out what works for me in this life. And then behind the scenes, I'm working on a brand new membership because memberships are my favorite thing. The first program I ever created, it was just like, it was just called Patreon, and then it changed to Swap Maximizers, and then it ended as the Money Saving Academy. And that was my bread and butter for like 4 years. And I helped hundreds of women in the Money Saving Academy. And I realized that I wanted to get back to membership life. Like, I loved showing up once a week, doing a live stream, coaching, teaching, and helping my audience, my clients in a group setting. So I'm going to get back to that. So I've decided to launch a membership, and details about it will be coming out next week, but it's going to start in January. So a membership is exactly what we need. I'm like, let me get back to my roots. Let me get back to what works really well for me, what works really well for my clients. And this time it's going to focus on content, consistency, and cash. How to be consistent with your content, how to create content for your business, and how to make sales from your content. Yes, I love, love, love memberships. Yeah, you joined already. Awesome. So excited to have you on the email list. My daughter is doing well. She's 11 years old. She goes to a private school. She did virtual school for the past 3 years. Now she goes to a private school, a very intense and college prep private school. So it has been a little challenging for her to make the transition, but she's doing really well. She is going to be playing basketball. They actually had tryouts yesterday and today. So she's doing really well. She's really, really doing well. So she should be with me next week, and she'll pop her head in for lives. Yes, our mini maximizer is a big girl now. Like, she's as tall as me. If you watch my last day in the live, she's in there. So if you go to if you guys are not watching on my Build a Business with Chris YouTube channel, please make sure you go over and subscribe to Build a Business with Chris. I know some of y'all are watching on Chris the Maximizer, and I love y'all, but please go subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think I need like 52 or 53 more. So subscribe to my business YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. It's in the description box. And then go watch my day in the life content over there. Pretty please. If you're ever going to watch my content, I prefer you watch it on my Build a Business with Chris YouTube channel. Okay. So yeah, you can see the videos of us going to the gym. And I think in the last one we went skating. So you'll see us going skating as well. So Yes, my little mini maximizer. She is doing really well. Thank you so much for asking. So, thank y'all so much for joining me live and catching up. I really appreciate it. I'll be live again same time tomorrow. So, yeah, have a good night. Bye. I just watched your hair day. Girl, I need to do my hair again. I haven't had my hair twisted. I think I did it once. Did I do it once after that? I might have did it in July, but I haven't done it and I need to do it again. But yeah, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.